So the Trump administration had a couple options at its disposal that were less radical. I guess it could have stayed in the Paris Agreement and kept the existing emissions target that the Obama administration put in. But if it didn't like that target, it also could have changed the target to a target that was more consistent with its climate and energy policies, but still stayed within the Paris Agreement. Well, I don't think the majority of Americans do agree with that. There's been a huge backlash in the United States of people who disagree with the president's decision, and that's been in the form of businesses that strongly supported staying in the agreement. Cities in the United States, states in the United States have expressed their disagreement, and in fact, many of them have banded together to say that they not only support the Paris Agreement, but they're going to try together to meet the existing emissions target that the United States would otherwise have under the Paris Agreement. The United States can't actually withdraw for a couple years under the terms of the Paris Agreement, and there's a small chance that they might not end up withdrawing at all if they can somehow, quote, renegotiate the agreement. So, maybe there's a little bit of hope that the United States will not pull out. If they do, they're likely to suffer diplomatic consequences because countries are not happy that the U.S. is pulling out of an agreement that it largely shaped and got the world to go along with. There could be economic consequences, which was one of the arguments that American business made why we should not pull out of the agreement. So I think the U.S. is sort of looking at future diplomatic and economic consequences from this decision. U.S. industry, major businesses, made their view very clear before the president's announcement. They thought it would be damaging to their interests to withdraw from the agreement, whether in terms of jobs in the United States or the ability to export clean energy technologies, or worst case scenario, some kind of economic sanctions that might be imposed against the United States by other countries. So all of those are possibilities, but we'll see. I think the president left the door open at least a little bit to not pulling out. There were several references in his statement to potentially renegotiating, re-entering. Not exactly clear what that would mean, but there are a couple years to figure that out, and maybe there's something that could be done over the next couple years to have the U.S. not actually withdraw.